Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, fighting from a position of exploits and privilege, the one and only Denver County. From its earliest beginnings, it was never trying to be morally correct. And who can blame them? Coming into the match with zero efforts to make amends for any atrocities and taking as much as they can while they can. Denver also wants handicaps this match from the other side, which is who we shall introduce you to next. Introducing from a position of very little power in American society and outcasted by two different civilizations that came to this side of the world to want to conquer it. In their first ever fight inside the cage and, dare I say, requirement to even be able to see another day unharmed and unmolested by foreign interests to their own that can corrupt their narratives if this fight alone doesn't permanently mark their reputation as a fighter who is not only willing to humor us in this fight with the handicap of crazy Indian willing to kill and destroy life, all while there are prior investigations happening all at once. Introducing Daniel Shadow. Bear Track. This won't be a clean fight, and chances are neither of you will actually be winning in the overall outcome, but we have you here, so make it worth our while. Are you ready? Good. Are you ready? Good. Let's get it on. Okay, so we have a bold move being played by Denver. Looks like Denver is going in for a culture is irrelevant for child welfare. And the judges are unsure what to think, being it's coming from a representative for a child in the middle of legal conflict between the parents. And it looks like CPS, Child Protective Services, is going to side with this decision while the judges are still working this out. It is not just any call to be making. I don't know who would be making this type of call, but we are waiting for word from our judges in this match. It looks like they're going to okay that call and continue this battle even with the handicaps being played at this time. Shadow is outraged and is physically distraught by the decision. But the sold-out judges are interpreting it as violence and docking points off of their score. Shadow is showing they disagree with that, but is still in the cage, which is what's required by them from the state, and they can't get out of it until they beat these outcomes. And before Shadow is able to play anything during their turn, CPS has jumped in again with saying being politically different is a crime, and the department's legal representatives are backing this call as well. What a remarkable move to be making, and I don't think anyone would be caught saying this type of stuff. And honestly, if we weren't so focused on the truth, we wouldn't be allowing this behavior on our platform. And we are looking into the liability of such a claim right now. Okay, so from the looks of it, we asked them and they just decided to push it forward, even though this is on a national level. That's not good. Do they know doing these things out in the open like this might attract the worst types of people to want to come in and exploit anything they can find? Saying these types of things looks a step away from a human trafficker. Now, we are looking into the defense, and it looks like Shadow just fired a lawyer who kept saying they were already guilty of something and recovered with denying the allegations made against their character at this time. Now we are going to the judges to see if the money being used in this process is valid, and they decided to go with it. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Based on the decisions we just witnessed here today, honestly, we here at Shadowside Investigations have just shown you a horror, and we terribly apologize for this inconvenience. It may have caused our viewers we here at Shadowside Investigations don't agree with what is being said, and we are cutting transmissions to this because we don't understand why they'd be just saying these things against someone who has been cooperating with them throughout this whole process. The amount of money they made off of Shadow with their presence legally just proves